This lesson preview will show you how I made this scribble ring. I call it a scribble ring as it looks like a child's scribble drawing. It doesn't take much imagination to see how good this would look with stones in it. This collection is the results of all my experimenting to get to the final design that I really liked, which is this one here. And this is the general shape of the head of the ring. So if you can bend wire, then you can make this project. And I only use a butane torch to do the soldering, so you don't need much in the way of equipment either. I'm going to cut off 15 centimeters. Again, if you want to vary that, make it slightly smaller. This was 14. I just want it a little bit more than that. Or bigger, then just go for it. Practice in brass first, as I have. Flatten the ends and get it soldered. So just bring the ends together and overlap them, put a little bit of tension there. Make sure the wire was annealed first. If it wasn't annealed, what will happen when you start heating this up, it'll start moving around, so the joint will just open up. And so cut yourself a little bit of solder. If you've got the JTS brass training kit, then you'll find that there's some solder in there, and there's also some 1.4mm round brass wire that you can use for this project. So just stand by with your solder pick just to move the solder around as it starts to melt. Just make sure it goes right in the joint and not on one side or the other. From memory, I grabbed the end and twisted like so. So forms a double twist like that. So don't move your pliers, just keep them in one position so you can get the twist looking quite smooth like that. Go to the other end and repeat that. You will find some movement happens down here again, but I'll try and keep the pliers in the same position. We'll just have to move it down as the twist overlaps, like so. Now this is where I've stuffed it up before and made a bit of a mess, but I'm pretty sure that I grabbed the two wires around about the middle and grab them firmly and get them to cross over, and I could get the whole swirl thing going in the same direction. And then at this point we need to separate these here, so just twist them like so and bring one end up. So what we're trying to create in essence is a ovalish shape so that it will fit nicely on the finger. So what I'll do is I'll bring this one around a little bit more. Now this is working now because it's separating where I want it to. Don't stress if you're not getting the same kind of results, but hopefully you'll get something close to that. Now what I'll do is I'll just pull and twist things until I get the shape that I'm after, which means I'd have to just bring this one around here like that and bring this one further over. And I'm starting to like that, so but believe me, I've made a few of these where I've had to give up halfway into it because it just wasn't happening. So this one is happening for me. So if you generally follow the system I used, and hopefully you'll get something similar for me. And then I'll just use a punch, the handle of a punch, and give it a few good knocks. So again, you need to flatten the ends. We're going to do as we did before and bring the ends together and solder them. Get the tip of the blue part of the flame right to the joint. That's the hottest point there. And there we go. I'll pickle that. Now, as before, just make sure that the wire is going to be on the long part of the oval. If you have it right at the point where it's going to bend, it could stress the joint and break it. So just put the other stake in there and just pull it tightly together and get the sides as parallel and straight as possible. So a really good pull will keep it nice and straight. And then the rest of it we can do on the flat stake. So we just want to get the two sides together now. Just a little bit tighter. And what I'm going to do is bend one end one way and the other end the opposite way. And pull the other side around the other way to make a long S shape. Straighten that out. So hammer one end and then turn it over before you get too far around, and hammer the other end. And I'm using the small, thinner part of my mandrel. I can work it up the mandrel if need be. Yeah, use my parallels and my round nose. So I just want to get a better shape. This is something you might not need to do. It's just a little bit of fine tuning. To the design. So you could have it overlap like so as part of the design. Want it soldered is just here, so that'll keep the design together. So you can see once I start stretching the ring up to size, it will start coming apart here unless it's soldered. So that. Okay, that's one solder joint, and there's the other one. So now, because the oxidization has run around to the other side, I am going to have to pickle it before I do the solder the other side. Half round pliers, and there is a really good spot here that the other shoulder will fit really nicely into, so I'll just get it lined up. And again, it's going to have 2 points to solder, which helps to keep everything together. So I'll hammer at this cross point as well. We'll top, get the right finger shape, and let's see what we've got before we get carried away. So at the moment we've got size M, and if I remember correctly I was looking for a size O, so we're not too far off, and I think the design is going to hold together as well. Get rid of any tool marks and then give it a clean up, and then we'll take a look. but I'm already seeing potential for setting some stones in this. As you can imagine, these open areas here would suit a nice setting. This technique has endless design possibilities, and no two rings will ever look the same. Check out the website for more lessons and see for yourself how easy it can be to make jewellery.